It's time.
This is the CSL This Week. Hey folks, I'm Alex Bastiabansky, bringing you all the action from the Canadian Soccer League. This week, something a bit different. Our first look at second division action this year. Due to the World Cup, the first division only had one game scheduled last weekend, so the reserves were in the spotlight. Also, a piece on two-time CSL Defender of the Year, Sven Arapovic of Toronto, Croatia, and an in-depth look at last year's playoff champs, SC Waterloo. But first, let's check out the highlights. And, you know, the Serbian White Eagles have looked pretty solid so far in first division play. Their high-powered offense have notched 15 goals in just 6 games. Their reserve team, however, has had no such success. The Serbs sit dead last in the standings, and their offense, what offense? They've scored just 3 times in 5 games. They were desperate to get something going as they hosted Milton SC last Saturday. The highlights now brought to you by Leica Sports, official sponsor of the Canadian Soccer League.
If you're a Serbia fan, you may want to cover your eyes for this one. It was bad. 16th minute, Adian Magic smashes it past the keeper. 2-zip Milton at that point. Shortly after, Igor Kramovchik lets fly. Look at the nasty hop it took right there over top the keeper. If you can believe it, we're at 5-0 Milton. Then it's Farujan Alisevic down the wing. This is just way too easy. He picks his spot, 6-zip Milton. On to the second half of play we go. The only good news for the White Eagles is that at least they were halfway done. It did continue to get worse though. Zoran Puzichka slams it past the keeper. 7-zip Milton, and apparently it warranted a big celebration. The Serbs got one back to make it 7-1, but Milton added one more just for fun. It's Alisevic with the second of the game. Mercifully, it was just seconds to the final whistle at that point. 8-1 is your final. It should be pointed out the White Eagles, in their defense, they were missing both their regular keepers for the game, so they had to get forward Stefan Momic to fill in. I hope his teammates took him out for a couple of pints after subjecting him to that.
While Toronto, Croatia's first division squad has been average so far this season, the second division team has been rock solid. Currently, the Croats sit in third place, trailing only Kingston and Burlington. No doubt they were expecting to feast on Brampton City United last week, as United were winless on the season so far. The Croats got more than they expected, though, from a City squad who were hungry to pick up their first W.
United looked good early. 26th minute, Denny Donoso catches the Croats napping and slams it home. 1-zip Brampton City United. On to the second half of play we go. Alexander Manta with the brutal giveaway here. Fertzing Sherpa, all kinds of time. He rocks it home past the keeper, and that actually made it 2-1 B-Town at that point. Ahmed Salama has a chance to put United up by 2 moments later, but he ends up ringing it off the crossbar. Golden chance missed for Brampton. Now, keep your eyes peeled on the left side of your screen, far left. Kelly Karoma gets whistled for the foul in the box, which ends up leading to this. Bodan Salipka from the spot makes no mistake. Croats knotted up at 2. 75th minute, Roshan Clark turns on the Jets, shakes off his man, slams it home, 3-2 Croatia, and they would add to it. 88th minute of play, Dario Brezak collects the feed here, and Cooley deposits it into the net. 4-2 Toronto, 3 points slipping away for Brampton, and just 1 minute later, Roshan Clark again. He shredded United on this day. That's his third. 5-2 Toronto, Croatia. Brampton added a late one to make it 5-3, but it was too little too late. United still without a win so far this season in Division 2 play. One match in Division 1 play, London City all over SC Waterloo by a 5-2 count. So SC Waterloo now in the CSL basement, and here's the evidence. York Region Shooters on top of the standings, the lone remaining unbeaten team in the league, 16 points, followed by Burlington, Kingston, the Serbian White Eagles, the North York Astros tied with Niagara with 8 points, Croatia and Brampton tied with 7, and then, as mentioned, Waterloo now in the basement with 6 points. They're actually tied with London City, but London has one more win. Just remember, for all the latest news, stats, and standings, CanadianSoccerLeague.ca. We got to take a quick break, but stick around. The CSL this week. We'll be back in just a moment.
Welcome back. Well, Toronto, Croatia find themselves in unfamiliar territory this year, currently sitting in 7th place. Unusual for a team that's used to being the top dogs of the CSL. One area of the Croats are their usual strong selves, however, is on the back end. They've allowed just 10 goals in 6 games, 4th best in the league. And a massive reason for that is their defensive anchor, Sven Arapovic. He's the reigning 2-time CSL Defender of the Year. And our focus in this week's Player Profile, brought to you by Olympic Trophies, official sponsor of the Canadian Soccer League.
Success is nothing new to Toronto, Croatia. CSL champions 2 of the past 3 seasons, the Croats have produced countless star players throughout their illustrious history. Since 2010, one Croatian defender has been consistently recognized as one of the best in the CSL. 23-year-old Sven Arapovic. Last season, the team captain collected his 2nd consecutive CSL Defender of the Year award. While he was honored, it was a bittersweet win, however, as Croatia were shocked in the playoff semifinals by SC Waterloo.
Yeah, it's still bitter. I mean, losing on penalty kicks is the worst way to go out, but I was happy that I won it, but I think any of the 4 defenders that we had on our team could have won because I played with them for 3 years, and to me they're the best in their positions in the league. I'm really proud of all of them. I mean, I guess I was just the lucky one that won the award, but any of us could have won it.
At 6'1", the big defender is a towering physical presence who uses his size to his advantage.
My first thing is I like to bring a physical presence, I would say, and in terms of commanding the ball in the air, also commanding the team, and leading by example. So that means I try to do the best of my abilities, and I don't try to go out of my shell too much or push up or anything. I think we have good guys in the middle and up front who are more capable of leading that.
First of all, he's a captain. He brings leadership. That's first of all. He brings leadership. He's great on the ball. Like when the ball comes up the air, he clears every ball. Again, he's calm on the ball too. He also had a few goals last year. He comes off, you know, he scores the crucial goals. Like against Brampton, he scored a header 91st, 92nd minute, end of the game. He's just that type of player that's going to give it his all every game. Like, first of all, at practice, he's always up there, you know, trying to score one of those headers. Well, I don't know, he brings his size. Like, he's real tall, strong, and for him, it's easy. I don't know. He's really built more than a soccer player, I think. More like a basketball player.
For Croatia goalkeeper Antonio Ilic, having the unflappable Arapovic in front of him is a reassuring sight.
That makes it so much easier for me. You know, I know a guy in front of me, he's calm on the ball. He's not gonna just give it up to anyone, you know. He's always gonna look out to make the right play.
Arapovic has modeled his game after some of the world's best.
I mean, Gerard Piqué, before he started dating Shakira, I feel like he went downhill after that. But maybe when you look back more, Igor Tudor out of Croatia, when he was playing up in Juventus, he was really, growing up, I was really looking at him and looking at the way he plays and try to emulate his game.
Arapovic was a finalist for Canada's under-20 national team in 2011, so his skill has been recognized beyond the CSL, and he's hoping to one day take his talents to the next level.
I'd love to play professionally somewhere, but sometimes you don't get the luck, or I've been overseas and some of the issues I've had with them in terms of finance and whatnot, but I'd love to play professionally, but I mean, if that doesn't come up, what can I say? I mean, like always, our first goal is to get into the playoffs and finish as high as we can, and then in the playoffs, it's a totally different season. I feel in the playoffs, hopefully we'll make it. We could like always, I mean, we got a good team. We still have majority of the core of the team is here. So, I mean, as the season goes on, these younger guys are going to learn a lot more. So I feel like it could be dangerous in the playoffs.
We got to take a quick break, but stick around. The CSL this week. We'll be back in just a moment.
And welcome back. I'm joined in the studio now by two members of the North York Astros. We've got Igor Pizanyuk. Did I say it right this time?
Yeah.
I actually said it right for the first time in a while. Okay. And Gabe Gala. Guys, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, Astros, I've been really excited about watching you guys play lately because you've been coming on strong. A couple of really big wins lately. It's been fun to watch the evolution of the team for the last few games, actually. How do you guys feel you've been playing?
Well, I haven't been playing. I got a hamstring injury in the Kingston game, but watching from the sidelines it's a pleasure to watch these guys
doing as well. They have Gabe.
Yeah, I think that as a team, it's just been really inspiring to see the way we've been playing lately, and with the couple changes we've made to the lineups, we've now been able to take on a lot of teams and win a lot of games, and you're now seeing a lot of the younger players now come into their own now, and are now getting a bit more confidence as we start scoring more goals and whatnot. So it's really good. I think it's really good for the whole team. As soon as we can now start gelling, I think we'll even become better.
Now, you mentioned the Kingston game because that was one game I was there filming that for the highlights that day, and I remember watching that game and thinking to myself, this is a confidence builder. Now, because of course what happened was down 2-0 at one point, down 3-1 in the second half. You guys come back, you tied Kingston. Kingston, last year's regular season champs, who just blew everyone out of the water last year. You guys come back and tied them 3-3. What did that do for the psyche of the team?
Well, I think that was the turning point of the outlook on the team, because we had really good individual players, and we didn't really click in the beginning, and we didn't have all the other pieces in place until that game and the next following games after that.
Yeah, Gabe?
Yeah, I think a game like that, it just kind of, like you said, it just kind of gives people a big confidence booster and lets us know that we're as good as the best teams in this league, so we can then build on that and then try to be one of the better teams in this league.
An interesting change that's happened recently, let's just talk about it a little bit. Joseph Kamladi, a guy who I know, I think he's a great coach and a great guy, but he left the team a little while ago, and the new coach is Igor, as a matter of fact, is been sort of player coach of the team. You've been out with an injury though too. So, but talk about that and how that came about.
Well, when Joseph left, it was like a change in the team. So I went to Bruno and asked him if I could take over the team, and he trusted me enough to let me take over sessions, and me and him go over the lineups. It's not just me as the head coach.
Of course, yeah.
Obviously, and yeah, I think it's been working pretty well.
Gabe, what's he like as a coach?
He's been great. I mean, he talks to the players, he asks the players how they feel, and I think like he said, like he speaks to Bruno about the lineups, and I think like, as a team we then come together on things like that and discussions like that, and who we think should be in the lineup, what we think the lineup should be, so we kind of come to those conclusions as a team. And I think for team chemistry, it's great.
Obviously it's been working.
Yeah,
I mean, it's been working for you guys, right? So let's talk about, first of all, the experience that both you guys have. Now, you're being player coach right now. You've got vast experience. You played professionally in Hungary. How did that come about that you were playing over in Hungary? And also, I should add, the under-20 Canadian national team experience as well.
Yeah, well, I went over to Hungary through Joseph Kamladi. He helped me get a team there, and I was there for a while, actually. I was there for 5 years, played in the first and second leagues.
Second division and first division too, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it was a great experience. I mean, playing anywhere in the first league is...
It's a huge accomplishment, going over to Europe and playing first league. Yeah, I mean, even second league in Europe, as a matter of fact, too. Gabe, you're a midfielder, former under-20 as well guy, and former TFC player. You actually played in MLS for a while.
Yeah, I think that experience is really good, and I think talking more about when he had to go over to Hungary, it kind of he was at a time where TFC wasn't around, and I think that now that we now have more academies,
more of an outlet too.
Yeah, more of an outlet for kids at the age of 17, 18, 19 to now continue their soccer careers. I think it's really good, and it was really good that at that time TFC was around for me to help me build my soccer career.
Right. Another guy, former TFC guy in your team I wanted to touch on. Well, I call them the Jose twins. Of course, you got Jose Joey Mello and Jose De Souza, really the two guys that are just sparking your offense right now, near the league leaders in goals. First, Joey Mello, what does Joey bring to this team?
Well, he brings experience as well. He played at TFC for a bit too, and you know, he's a good personality to have on the team. He always pushes the players to do better, and
plays off him and Jose. I mean, Jose De Souza, leading goal scorer on your team right now. I believe he's got 5 goals. Jose really just sparking the offense right now. Him and Joey playing together in that midfield, they're just remarkable, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. I mean, they come to practice together. They're always hanging out together. They're really good. Like, they're probably the best of friends on that team, and you can see it in the way that they play. It's almost like they're like twins or something.
Yeah.
They do have great chemistry.
Yeah, Joey will get the ball and Jose's already running. Jose gets
the
the ball.
Twins, it is,
Joey's
right?
already running. So yeah, it's been great offensively. Them two up top for us. They've been able to. It's almost like you can just give them the ball and let them go create a scoring opportunity for us.
Well, like I said, guys, it's been a lot of fun watching you guys. The Astros had some tough years for a while there. Just a couple of years ago, I believe they only had 1 win the entire season. Last year they did a lot better. Almost had a playoff berth. This year you guys are really looking strong again. You know what? Just good luck with keeping the hot streak going, guys, and thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
No problem. The CSL This Week will be back in just a moment. Welcome back. Well, SC Waterloo have had a rough ride so far this season. Currently, they sit dead last in the standings with just 1 win to their credit. This from a squad that hoisted the trophy as CSL playoff champions last year. Waterloo aren't worried though. They know they're traditionally slow starters and feel they have the pieces in place to take another run at the title this time around. SC Waterloo, this week's CSL team report brought to you by Days Inn, official hotel of the Canadian Soccer League. SC Waterloo were the surprise of the 2013 CSL season. Mired in a life and death struggle to simply make the playoffs for much of the year, the Blues gave a stark reminder to the rest of the league that it's not how you start, but how you finish. The squad went on a 5-game win streak to end the regular season and carried their hot streak into the playoffs. It all culminated in a shocking run to the title, toppling heavily favored Kingston FC in the final.
We're a funny team. Like, honestly, we started off slow a little bit, but then when it's time to start firing, like, we did a massive job and we got the job done at the end of the day. Like, you know, the 2 times that we faced Kingston in the regular season, we kind of let them play and kind of let them do what they wanted. But we came out aggressive and firing, and we dominated in the midfield. So I think we won that battle, and that made us win the championship. It was amazing. Like, I've been trying for 4 years now, and I finally got it. So it's sweet. Like, it's bittersweet.
He feels so good, and after the game we all like go together and celebrate. It was really fantastic, you know. It's really they did a really good job, like everyone's, like manager, coach, everyone's, you know, whole team.
Similar to 2013, Waterloo once again has been slow out of the gate this year. Currently, they're trying to dig themselves out of the CSL basement with just 1 win so far. The veteran squad isn't overly concerned, however. They've been in this position before and see the season as a marathon rather than a sprint.
Like right now, you know, we didn't start well, you know, we're having some problems, some injured players, you know, everybody are not in good shape, but we know like probably exactly the time when to be ready for the important games.
Up and down the Waterloo lineup, there's a ton of skill and experience to draw from. Many of the players have played professional in Europe. Midfielder Ranko Golyanin won a 2010 CSL championship with Brantford and previously played in the Spanish 2nd Division.
Ranko, that's my favorite. Yeah. First time when I heard he's gonna come, you know, like here in this club, like last year, I get happy because I met him like 2 years ago, and we are so good friends, you know. He got the skills. He can on the field when we're playing hard, you know. The situation is too hard. He's motivating us. Let's go, guys. Don't get down.
Well, Ranko's a funny guy. I remember, in the playoffs against Bradford, I was playing with Serbia White Eagles, and I had to mark him, and oh my gosh, he was just amazing. At that time, I believe he just came back from Spain, and like, after the game, he kind of shook my hand and told me some of the mistakes I made, and, you know, he kind of helped me out. And till this day now, he's still helping me every day, you know. He's always giving me good advice and stuff like that on how to get better.
Waterloo has an enviable 1-2 punch up front. Bosnian Adis Hasesic led the squad with 17 goals last season. He was closely followed by Croatian Dražen Vukovic with 15.
You know, Hasse is he's always on the good position. You know, he have that ability. He have a good speed. You know, he's always there. You know, he's running. Even he can go with the ball. He can beat 2-3 players easy. You know, about Dražen, I can say like one talent, like which I didn't. I play like in Europe, like highest level, and I really didn't see that kind of talent like Dražen Vukovic, and he's an amazing player. You know, he's skillful. He knows how to score the goal, and it's amazing. You know, great captain, great guy, and I just want to say about Haris Fazlagic. You know, Haris Fazlagic, we played together in Brentford, and he came like 2 weeks ago, and he brings a lot for the team too. You know, he's an amazing player.
On defense, Sean Brown is lightning quick and a veteran now of 5 CSL seasons.
Sean brings a lot, you know. He got a really good skill. He's so fast, you know, one of the fastest guys in the league, you know. And we need one guy like that, you know. We got a few fast guys in the team, but we need like right back. He's playing defense, you know, right defense back. He did really good at that position, and he helps a lot, you know.
Waterloo is a true United Nations of football. So many players from different countries are on the squad, but Coach Lazo Despina's team is a tight-knit bunch.
There's like guys from everywhere, from Europe, we have one Scottish guy, Sean is here, he's Canadian, you know, but somehow, you know, like we keep everything together, you know, like especially on the game, and we have good atmosphere at the practice, you know, trying to focus, you know, prepare ourselves for the games. And that's where we put all together. Our team is really, you know, like a bunch of, first of all, good people, you know, that's what you need.
Well, that's the thing about soccer, like it's a beautiful game. You don't have to speak the same language, like, you know, as long as you know how to play, you're talking with your feet. So, and with the guys alone, like they're all right. They're relaxed after, you know, soccer off the field. They're really a good set of guys to be around and stuff like that.
As previously stated, Waterloo isn't worried about their slow start. They know that with so much talent on the roster, it's just a matter of time until the wins start piling up.
I wouldn't count us out, definitely. We had a slow start, a lot of injuries and stuff like that, and just gelling back together.
Well, you know, we didn't start well, you know, but I think we're gonna be catching up, you know, and for sure we're gonna be ready for the playoff.
And that's all the time we've got for this week, but just remember that for all the latest league news, including up-to-date statistics and standings, head to CanadianSoccerLeague.ca, and you can also follow us on Twitter at CSL_soccer. Thanks for watching, folks, and we'll see you next week.